Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever it is, wherever you are. If there's ever been a video that I was super reluctant to put out, this has got to be it.
Oh, that's not good. Getting a bunch of big trebles stuck in lily pads is no bueno. At least it's on the edge.
Here we are, already starting out like a rock star, but if I can just kind of hit on some points here. I listen to a lot of YouTube videos when I go for drives to whatever I got going on, and I thought, at least my hope was that you could also kind of enjoy that here. So first time at the lake, we'll call it Lake X. I'm with a buddy of mine, and I'm hitting the obvious stuff, right? Go to the dam, we hit the lily pads along there, we looking on the electronics, finding some ditches. You know, it's all over the lake. So this place is kind of unique. It's a little away from civilization, which means there's not a whole lot of development, which also means that they haven't taken out all the vegetation. That is awesome. Throughout the day, I went with a number of my confidence lures, but for a better part of the morning, I will admit that I was absolutely being stubborn. I wanted a frog bite like nobody's business. I wanted a topwater blow up. I wanted to see a nice 5-6 pounder just blast through one of these pads so bad. I mean, you can see how far I've wedged my way in there, having to freaking use the pads to even get out of there. The motor on the front of my AP 120 is, it's not, you can't even use it when it's that thick. So, you know, we
It's one of those places they show their stuff.
reconvened. I was planning to spend the whole day there. My buddy was in for about half a day, and at this point I hadn't caught a thing. I hadn't had a blow up. I hadn't had a hint that there might have been some fish. I was throwing frogs. I was throwing, you know, the different types of soft plastics that you can float across the top. Anything I could think of. Until finally, I just went back to my confidence bait, right? My little 4-inch with an underspin. And things turned around for me.
It's weird. There's all the lily pads, but there's no grass. Does that make sense? Like there's not like a grass line that like comes out, you know, from the.
Left my Gatorade in the damn truck.
Bro, you want something to drink?
Nah, shit, I'm headed there.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
Nice.
See a fucking. Fucking skinny little guy. Come here. Come here.
Nice. There you go, Petey.
There are fish in here. He's not the big one, but he's a fish. What you got down in there? Oh. There we go. It's not a big guy, but he's a fish. So we're happy. Well, get bigger, buddy. Thank you. Just trying to take a picture of my graph. And I had a fish bite it, but all I did is switch to that 3.5-inch Divine, dip the tail in green, and that's on the little Colorado blade, little gold guy.
So obviously, being stubborn just wasn't paying off. No matter how bad I wanted to have a topwater blow up. It just wasn't going to be the day for it. And although we did find some bites, they were still really weird. And if you're ready for the dirtiest hook set, here you go. Absolutely ridiculous. Did he have it? I don't know. Still tugs on it. Okay, I guess we get a fish.
We found some more.
Let go. Let go. Let go. Let go. Let go. Let go my thumb. Well, there's plenty of environments where an underspin is ideal. One of the common denominators is just that slow roll, slight contact with the bottom, and today was no different, really.
Submerged vegetation near reeds.
Dude, this little pocket right there, I got popped like 3 times from the frog. They were grabbing it like when it come over the top of something. Oh, no,
Yeah, look at it.
There you go.
Nothing crazy, but.
Better?
Huh?
Better?
No, they're all about the same. You're not done yet? Come on. That'll be 3. Go.
My guy.
My guy. There you go.
Yeah,
Do a
look at
backflip.
that 5 pounder came up right next to the fucking boat.
There's been 2 Do you have something for the top? Oh yeah. See that, like, I don't know what it's called, the brown shit back there though.
Yeah.
See? I saw one good blow up in it. And then a bunch like swimming around.
I'm waiting.
Alright, fuck it. If you're not gonna go back there and throw the frog in it.
Watch out.
Yeah, we good.
And of course, after banging off like 3 fish in this little area, I thought I was going to be a little rock star and pull one out on top water, as if the day hadn't taught me anything. Of course, it didn't work. I didn't catch a fish, but here we go.
We'll get another pipsqueak. Just down low. I mean, they're not coming up really.
Alright, so what we've learned so far. As far as when people say a lake is fishing small, as you saw, I've made hundreds of casts all over the place. And the fish that I did catch, they were pretty grouped up. So I definitely am far from having a whole lot figured out, but this much I can say. That day, the lake was fishing small. It was within a 50-yard stretch of shoreline on those reeds. At this point in time, Buddy's got to take off, and I wanted to help him load his stuff. But one of the things that you can see here on my AP is that when people say a boat or a kayak has spot lock, it's not like it stays exactly still, right? It's got to use GPS. I do have a puck installed. Supposed to have a little bit better spot lock capability, but at any rate, you get a good idea of how that works here. As far as stability, I mean, the images speak for themselves, right? I can step right off the dock onto this thing. I'm not sponsored. I'm not affiliated with Old Town. I certainly wouldn't mind it. Not that they're ever going to watch this video, but as you can see, I can step right off the dock onto this thing. It's super stable. The whole design on the bottom looks like 2 giant pontoons. All right, so back to the rest of the day. Now I'm out solo. I have, at this point in time, half day, fished around the entire shoreline. As I hop around from place to place, I am graphing, right? I'm looking for offshore structure and all that, and it's pretty barren out there. There are some random schools of fish chasing bait, but who knows what they are. I certainly threw at them a couple times. You know, when you find out something works, you definitely want to go test that theory again. I head back to the spot where I caught a couple fish. Not saying that there were only 3 or 4 there, but I couldn't find any more that were willing to bite. I did, however, use my head a little bit, and I stuck with the underspin, right? If anything, when you're out fishing, when you're out learning a new lake, or if it's on something you're familiar, when you start getting bites on something, don't ignore what the lake is telling you.
Get out of there. Get out of there. God damn it.
And it wouldn't be right to leave this out. I see so many videos on YouTube where it's put together clip after clip and win after win. And I'll be honest, as a guy just trying to figure this stuff out, while it can contain some valuable information, right? You really got to pick it apart. It also, I feel like it can be discouraging for people at times. Just full disclosure here, I don't have a fish, right? These lily pad stems are freaking, I mean, they're thicker than rope. And obviously they're stronger than my 15-pound fluoro. I mean, they just, you hook into one of them, and you not only do you think you found the one, but you're gonna have to go find the one stem that's hanging onto your bait, because you ain't gonna get it back. But just to touch back on what I mentioned earlier, you know, so many YouTube videos where all it is a highlight reel, and you know, yeah, you can learn from your wins, but man, the losses can teach you so much. So what I really picked up from this was, you know, as I'm ticking through a lot of these lily pads, you know, I learned what it felt like to knock up against the stems. And, you know, because they're not a stationary thing like a rock, it felt different. It felt different. And,
Can't tell me nothing about
well,
this
as you
line,
just
though.
saw, it felt very much like a bite. So we'll get that kind of cleaned off, get some things figured out, and we'll make a big move, because obviously this area, you know, I've worked it over and I need some new water. Now, I don't recommend turning around and grabbing stuff out of your bag while you're moving and it's on heading lock, but I'm comfortable doing it, and it's really all there is to it. It's a juice, 4-inch in that shad scream. They need to make sure they keep making the shad scream and the electric shiner. It's another one. 6 cents. I hope you have your senses about you, because
We need those.
And just to clarify, because I'm not trying to make a YouTube video that sounds like a commercial, but obviously, you follow my stuff. I am a fan of a lot of the 6th Sense products. That 4-inch whale, just me pull it through the water. You don't got to rip it to get a lot of good body movement. Has a nice head roll to it. And those are some of my confidence colors. Do I think other colors will work if you're putting that bait right in front of the fish's face? Abso-freaking-lutely. But as I've moved over to the other side of the lake, you can see, I'm making plenty of casts. I've fallen back into some of the old habits, right? I get around all those pads and I gotta throw the frog. If you can blame me for that, then I don't know what to tell you. It looked so good, and I wanted to see a blow up so bad that I kept trying. But it didn't work. Anywho, so I move around, and basically what I'm looking at is these indentions of the lily pads, right? Because there's pads all over the lake, and you gotta find something that's unique, something that's different. So you see, I pass a lot of water, but I find these little inlets. I find these breaks in the pads. I find areas where, there's less dense or maybe some kind of stick out. Anywhere that it makes a channel in the pads, that's a clearing in the water. It acts kind of like a thoroughfare for fish, and at least that's what I'm hoping on. That's what I'm betting on. So when you're in search of a lot of things, that might be something to keep in mind, just because it can sometimes hold fish.
Down on the grass. Get up out of there. Get up out of there. Get up out of there. Oh my goodness, you took the whole plant with you. Oh my god. Who thought that was the one? Is there a fish in there? We don't even know. There's a fish in there. By golly, there is a fish there. Woo! He's still angry. He's still angry. Alright. Let's see if we can get him out of the salad. It's a good fish. It's a better fish. Just like they do on MLF. Boy, you almost swallowed it, dude. Don't do that. Yeah. Yes, a good fish. Almost. Almost, not quite. I need to let some line out here so that we can get some of this grass dealt with. Golly, it's a better fish. You almost choked it, sir. That would not be wise. Your tongue's gonna be sore. I'm telling you that right now. That is a better fish. Chomp.
So as I mentioned, some of these little breaks in the reeds opened up for some pathways, and to compound on that, the submerged vegetation. So that was really the deal there, and that's about all we could figure out for the day.
try to tell me something. That is the basic Bass Pro 15-pound fluorocarbon. Don't be throwing it out your boat. Just throw it on the floor. You can properly dispose of it when you get home.
So we finally stumbled upon a quality fish, but it really wasn't enough, for me at least, to be able to dissect where a better quality fish was located. Like I said, this has been a total learning experience, and I've got a ridiculous amount of footage where I go all over these lakes, and maybe I only catch 3, 4, 7, 8 fish, whatever it is, but there's got to be some value in it. And with this adventure that I'm on, I figure that one of the things I can do to give back to all of you who've been supporting me is to share these experiences. Hopefully you gain something from it, and hopefully it helps you out.
And that's it. We're done. Hopefully stick around. Thank you to everyone who's been following and subscribing. If you haven't already, now's the time. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button and let me know if you enjoy this type of fishing. Until next time, be well, stay rad.